Welcome back to the JDW SportsTalkShow, where every fan is welcome. And in today's episode, we're going to be predicting the Denver Broncos schedule. So, I don't want to spend too much talking right here. I want to get right into this predicting. So, let's get to week one at the New York Giants, week one. I think this is a really fun matchup, week one. Um, the Broncos, they have a nice roster. But I think their plan is to ground and pound the ball. I think they're planning to really run the ball down opponents' throats. And week one, I think they're going to be able to do that against the New York Giants. And I think that defense will be able to hold Daniel Jones and that offense just enough. So I'm going to take Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater, whoever team that is week one, over the New York Giants, starting 1-0. Week two, at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Once again, I think they're going to be able to run the Jaguars very soundly, and I'm going to take the Broncos in week two against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week three, you know, for, they're finally home. They start the first 2 weeks on the road, and they come home for 2 games in a row, and I'm going to have them beating the New York Jets as well. I'm having them start really well. For their quarterback situation, this is starting really well. But, I do think Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater can, be really good quarterbacks. But, if you have two quarterbacks, you really don't have one. You know what I mean? That's the famous saying. And, maybe Drew Lock shows out. And I think he's, a little better than some may think. But, at the same time, I'm not a huge fan of him. I think Teddy Bridgewater is a little better. But at the same time, he's got some talent. He's got some potential. And he's got some winning in him. So, week three, you know, I. Oh, yeah. And plus, I think that the Broncos really want to run the ball with Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon. That's what I think is going to go down. But and then you go to week three at home versus the New York Jets. Yeah, I already said. I think the Broncos are going to win this one as well. Week four versus the Baltimore Ravens at home. This is going to be the first loss. Yeah, the Ravens are a really good team, really good defensive team. They're going to be able to stop that run. They're going to have to make that offense one dimensional. The Broncos still may be able to run soundly, decently, but I think whoever the quarterback is, they're going to struggle against this disguised defense. And then I'm going to go with the same thing week four against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, the Steelers are a really good team defensively, and I think that it's kind of the same situation with the Ravens and Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh's offense is a little more weak, but nonetheless, and I'm having the Giants drop, or no, not the Giants, the Broncos drop two in a row here. Week six, I'm gonna have the Denver Broncos taking that win over the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, the Raiders. The Raiders are a good team, man. But I think this Broncos team is gonna be able to run this Raiders team really easily. Um, maybe I shouldn't say really easily, but I think this team is gonna be able to run the Raiders. I think the Raiders are gonna struggle versus balanced team, and this team is balanced in the Denver Broncos. Whoever the quarterback is, I still think they're gonna get the win over the Raiders. Week seven at Cleveland. I gonna give this win to the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are a Super Bowl contender. They're one of the premier teams in the league. They're one of the best teams in the AFC, and they are a Super Bowl contender. So I'm gonna take the Browns. I would say that the Broncos have a chance of running all over the Browns, which could make the Broncos a threat to the Browns. Honestly, in this Week 7 game, so this could be a closer game than people may think because that defense may be able to trick and mess with Baker Mayfield as well. So you know what? I'm actually going to give the Broncos an upset here in Week 7 against the Cleveland Browns. And then Week 8, at home. They come back home versus the Washington football team, and I'm gonna take the Washington football in this game. The Broncos are feeling themselves a little bit. They're gonna come in very high, and not that kind of high. I know how some of you guys are. Not that kind of high. I'm talking about they're coming with their heads held a little high, and they're gonna be humbled a little bit by the Washington football team. This defense is gonna be able to stop the run. And then this defense is going to be able to confuse the quarterback or whoever the quarterback is. But yeah, I'm going to have the Washington football team take this one. Week 9 at the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys in this one. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know. This might be a really good game because the Broncos might be able to control this game better. But I don't care. I still think that this Dallas Cowboys offense is going to be able to score more. and be the better team that day. So I'm going to take the Cowboys in that game as well. Week 10 versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm actually going to take the Philadelphia Eagles in this one as well. The Broncos are a really good team, man, but the Philadelphia Eagles have a really good front. Really good front. No, you know what? I'm going to change this game too. I'm back and forth with a lot of these games this year. A lot of really good games this year. And week 10, I'm gonna take the Broncos. I'm gonna switch to the Broncos. I think Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater. I think the Broncos will be able to throw on this team. I think they have a decent. I think they have decent receivers that can definitely get open versus the Eagles corners. Big Play Say is a really good corner though, so don't count him out. But I'm gonna take the Broncos against the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 11, the Denver Broncos have their bye week. Week 12, they play the Los Angeles Chargers. Man, this is going to be a good game. Do the Broncos beat the Chargers once this season? Yes, I think they're going to split. So, I'm going to have the Broncos taking this one. Week 13, at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are a really good team. I'm going to take the Chiefs in this one. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be able to outscore that offense, even though that Broncos team can run the ball and keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. But I'm still gonna go with the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe they'll get a pick or two on whoever the quarterback is, and that's gonna be the difference in the game. Week 14 at home versus Detroit Lions. I'm gonna take the Broncos versus the Lions. The Lions are, you know, um, in a unique spot right now. I'm not a big fan of the roster, but they have a decent offense line, so they could get a little bit of running game going against the Broncos maybe, but the Broncos defense line is really good, so that would be difficult. But I have the Broncos beating the Detroit Lions soundly. Week 15 at home once again versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm gonna take. Ooh, this is actually gonna be a good one. You have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins against Drew Lock or Teddy Bridgewater against Jerry Jeudy against I know their other weapons. I'm just forgetting them. KJ Hamler, Cortland Sutton. So this is gonna be a fun game, and I think that the Denver Broncos do have the upper hand on the running back group. Defense, I think that's gonna be a difference in this game. I think the Broncos defense is better, and I think that's gonna be a difference in them getting this win. Week 16 at the Las Vegas Raiders. Like I said, I'm gonna have the Las Vegas Raiders winning this game because I have them splitting. So I had the Broncos winning the first game. So I have the Raiders winning the second game. 17 at the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm gonna have the Chargers. Oh, I forgot who I had to win the first game, but I said they're gonna split. So just remember that they're gonna win either game. I think they're gonna split, but I think this defense can confuse Herbert a bit, and I think it's going to one game, and I think think that the Broncos are going to run really well in the Chargers in one of these games. But then the other, I think the Chargers are going to make them throw a little bit with Drew Lock or Teddy. So yeah, and then Week 18 versus the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm going to have the Broncos losing to the Chiefs again. Yeah, the Broncos are a really good team. They could keep the Chiefs out the field, but at the end of the day, I think you need a better quarterback. I think you need you know, a better quarterback to keep up with that Chiefs defense, or no, with that Chiefs offense. So that's what I have for this Denver Broncos team heading into the 2021 NFL season. Thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show. And if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, I will catch you guys next time.